I'm going to need a drink to tell this story. Greetings, everyone. Greg here from Artist Reset, and I'm here with a story. I'm not here to do any sort of reporting. I'm not here with anyone else. I'm here just by myself, ready to tell a lovely story by the Thanksgiving fire about somebody who lied about everything. This is a cautionary tale of why faking it until you make it does not work. It's a cautionary tale of why you should not lie about the credibility that you have, not just as an entertainer, but as someone who maybe has some sort of success. This is the story about a band that faked everything and seemingly got blacklisted all over Europe and might have some repercussions coming back to the United States of America. This is the story of a guy by the name of Jared Emus and his band Threatin. Born in this small town of Moberly, Missouri, Gerald Emus, who later would name himself as Jared Threatin, moved out to Hesperia, California with dreams of making it big in a metal band. This guy wanted to be successful. He had played in death metal bands, black metal bands, and etc., and decided to strike out on his own in a band that he decided to call Threatin. Now, the band Threatin that he had created was a one-man show. He was a multi-instrumental guy. He knew how to play various instruments and create his own music, and decided that he wanted to tour the world. But instead of going on the trek of wanting to go through the hustle of making sure that you become successful by legitimate means, he decided that he wanted to buy and lie his way all the way to Europe. Jared Emus, who would call himself Jared Threatin, decided to buy a bunch of Facebook likes, buy a bunch of YouTube views and likes, and fake a bunch of different videos in order to make sure that his band had enough credibility and clout to do a European tour in the month of November. Videos like the one I'm about to show you are what he used to fake his clout. But that was not it, ladies and gentlemen. Not only did he fake a fan base, he faked a record label, trying to seem like he was signed to a legitimate label. He faked press websites to make it seem like that press sites were covering his music. He faked a booking agency that promoted themselves as outside promoters in order to rent out all these venues in Europe. With what money? I have no idea. But the most disgusting part is he reached out with fake monikers and people around him who posed as fake people, as people looking for a bunch of musicians to play in a live band for this well-known musician, and as people and musicians who are looking to not only quote-unquote make it big, but be able to support themselves with what they love and be able to tour the world. They were preyed upon by this guy Jared Threatin in order to fulfill his destiny of scamming everyone. Because of the fact that this guy got to scam a bunch of venues, making it seem as if that they were sitting there with a bunch of ticket sales. When they finally started playing the shows, at most 13 people showed up and at least 3 people showed up, when they were advertising anywhere from 198 people to 251 people were sitting there waiting to show up. And where were all these people? They were fake people who were out in Brazil. Once places like Metal Sucks decided to report this story, and once this story decided to become viral, and the rest of the bandmates that this guy Jared decided to scam found out what was really going on, the band decided to quit on him. Their drummer decided to do a Facebook Live event discussing what had happened, how thrown off they were. People like their guitarist Joe did a full-on tell-all interview on Metal Sucks explaining how this con could have elaborately happened, and eventually their bassist left as well, and they all decided to come back stateside. as this whole thing was happening, we ended up getting an actual look at what a real Threatin live show looked like, and this is what it looked like. As all this information came out, band members left, venue started blacklisting him. Jared Threatin decided it was about time to make a statement. And what did he say? Well, instead of being self-aware and realizing that he made a massive mistake, he decided to state the following. I had to change into a hoodie because it's finally cold in Southern California, so that's why the attire has changed. So this man decided that his whole con artist scheme was quote unquote commentary on fake news, to which people like me decided to question, wait, are you serious? So this man decided to say that this whole thing was about fake news. It had nothing to do with the fact that he was a con artist, that he lied to artists that were looking to make it big and be able to perfect their craft. It's not the fact that he lied to venues saying that he had a massive following. It's not the fact that he lied about having a following. It's the fact that this was an artistic project about fake news. So that's it. Jared said that it is all an exercise in fake news. But is this really an exercise in fake news, or just an excuse as to why he conned not only musicians, but venues and everyone associated with this situation? Well, the evidence absolutely proves that this was all just an elaborate con, and he's clearly trying to cover his ass, saying that this was all an artistic experiment in order to salvage some sort of credibility, even though he's already getting blacklisted from venues in Europe, and I'm fairly certain when he comes back to the United States, he will also start getting blacklisted from venues out here in the good old US of A. Now, if there is a moral that can be taken away from this, what can it be? Well, it's the idea of faking it until you make it compared to the hustle. When you go through the hustle, you go through the small band status. You play at the bar mitzvahs that have 10 people. You play at the house parties that have 20 people. You go to a venue that says that you can play, and you play to 5 drunk assholes. When you go through the hustle, you start on a low tier. You decide to play the small venues. You play at bar mitzvahs, house parties, small abandoned churches, fucking Denny's at 2 a.m. like the fucking video that's going around right now of what the fuck is up, Denny's. You go and you pay your dues. You play in front of nobody. But after you play in front of nobody, you'll eventually find somebody. That somebody will say that you're good to 2 other somebodies. And then they'll show up to the next show. And those 2 somebodies will bring 2 more somebodies. And eventually those 2 to 4 somebodies turn into 200 to 400 somebodies. And as you grow, not only as musicians, but even outside of musicianship, to entertainers, people who want to make that kind of entertainment content, you start on a low tier. And as you actually go through the genuine hustle, not only do you get better at your craft, you learn to grow and cultivate an audience. It is something that we have learned and are still learning as a channel that only has 300 subscribers. But when you decide to fake it, not only fake it, but fake it on a grand scale like this, yes, you may get publicity, but you also get blacklisted from venues. You also get told that you're a joke. You also get exposed as a genuine phony. And if I'm going to choose either one of those two, I will choose to make videos for only 3 people instead of faking it and making it seem like we're hot shit when we literally are not. If there is a message to glean from this, it is don't go for the artificial. Because if you go for the artificial, there is potential that you will get found out like Jared Threatin. If you go for the organic, you go for the genuine growth. You will have so much more satisfaction. Sometimes you realize that the genuine growth does not cultivate what you think, but the fact that there are some people that care about what you want to do, that cares. As entertainers, as people who make creative content, creative music, creative anything, it should bring any satisfaction that one person cares about the art that you're putting out. And I would hope that any genuine content creator would feel the same way. That's how I feel being a small-time content creator. That's how everyone at Artist Reset feels being a small-time content creator. And that's the message that we want to bring to all of you. So that being said, thank you guys so much for enjoying this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed Story Time with Greg. If you want more videos like this, please leave a like and comment down below what other stories you want me to tell. If any stories come to mind, if you have any comments about this whole situation, also go ahead and give us a comment down below. If you want to find more content, not just like this, but any sort of content, please subscribe to us. Ring that notification bell. We upload every Friday. So until then, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will catch you guys next Friday. Stay safe this Thanksgiving weekend, and we will catch you guys next week. So until then, we'll catch you guys later.